everyone, and welcome to another edition of Up for Discussion, episode 9 for season 2019. And we are getting down to the business end of the 2019 Big V Jersey Bracket semi-finals. Done and dusted over the last couple of weeks, and we are here to announce the two winners who will head to the inaugural Big V Jersey Bracket final. Steve Chalmers, Laura McIntosh. How many votes did we have over the last 2 weeks in just 2 matchups?
We had 10,832 votes. So
Nearly
almost
11,000.
Yeah, nearly 11,000 votes. We had obviously 4 associations involved in the semi-finals, so that worked out to be on average 2,708 votes per association, which is way up on previously. I think for the quarterfinals we had just over 2,000, and now we're getting close to the 3.
So once we announce the 2 finalists, I'm going to put the call out there. We are asking for over 3,000 votes per association, because we're building and we're building.
Yep.
2,700 votes per association on average, nearly 11,000 votes. So we're looking for 6,000 votes in the next couple of weeks when we get to the final.
Yeah, I reckon we can do it.
Well, I think these 2 associations who we're going to announce can well and truly exceed that, because the first semi-final was between Western Port Steelers and their slick new black and white with a dash of silver.
I was going to say, don't forget the silver.
That's exactly right. You've been well educated. Against the Casey Cavaliers, who have the dark blue and the silver. And I can tell you, the Casey Cavaliers have blown this out of the water, because they have had a record 4,177 votes. Not to be outdone, however, because, well, they were outdone, I should say, but Western Port, I did that the wrong way around. Western Port had 3,325 votes nonetheless, which is the second highest, I believe, from memory, in the competition that we've had thus far. But Casey are through to the final, and we've said it all along that these Cavs were going to be the favourites.
Yeah, and we also said the winner would probably come from the left-hand conference.
Correct. Hats off to the Western Port Steelers.
Really tough.
Before we move on.
They would have won almost any other matchup with that number of votes. It was insane. There was almost 4,000 votes on Facebook alone for this matchup, so it was absolutely huge, and I'd say a lot of neutrals involved as well.
I'm glad you said that, because I want to touch on the neutrals, because they've gone through a rebranding process. They sent in that video that we all got to see throughout the last couple of weeks with a couple of their imports. The rebrand process has gone and happened. They've got new designed uniforms, and it goes to show that it has been a resounding success out there at Western Port, because the neutrals have jumped on board, the Western Port community have jumped on board. They've shown in their support with all the votes, they've arguably just been pipped to the post by a bigger association.
And we had a few people mention about that video, and obviously people loved it, but a few Casey supporters were like, well, that's not fair. We want to do, where's our video? And we did put the call out in the last one. They could have put in a video, but obviously Casey didn't need it. They had enough support behind them already.
Well, let me tell you something then, for Casey Cavaliers fans and members and people out there. Obviously the imports from Western Port got on the video. We want to see Raheem Lemons, Sarah Halajian, the lot of them, anyone from Casey, jump in front of a camera, obviously send it to Ash, who's the marketing manager out there at Casey.
He'll forward it on to us.
Get on board, he'll let us know, we'll put it on our socials, and you are through to the final, and we'll see all of that, plus images of course.
Yes.
In the next couple of weeks.
Correct.
Get it done, Casey. We know what you can do, what you can achieve, and this is who you'll be playing in the final. Because Bulleen and Nunawading jousted, if that's even a word.
No, it is a word.
Jousted
medieval, but it's a word.
Between each other, and the Big Blue was won by the Nunawading Spectres comfortably.
Yes.
Bulleen went missing.
Yes. When Bulleen have been involved in some tight matchups, but always prevailed, but unfortunately for them, they were no match for the Spectres this round. The Spectres had a total of 2,255 votes, where Bulleen had a total of 1,075. And
let this be a message to the Nunawading Spectres. Obviously, congratulations to you to making it through the final, but you were just over half of Casey's semi-final votes. So you've got to round up the troops, get it together, and make sure you make this final very, very tight and exciting. And I reckon if Western Port had have played Nunawading or Bulleen, they would have easily won. 100%. So Nunawading, I reckon you need to get the neutrals that were on Western Port
on board to you guys for the final.
Pressure is on. Round up the troops, round up the neutrals, as you said, because it's obviously a very popular jersey. Everyone does like blue. It's a very elegant jersey, I would say. For
classic.
Because it's one of my favourites.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Did you just throw them a vote?
Maybe in some of the early rounds,
okay.
but not against the Bulleen Boomers, of course. My allegiances were at Bulleen.
Okay.
So there you go. Get your videos, get your images in Nuttawatting Spectres to make sure you can counteract the videos and the pictures that Laura will be inundated by from Casey, because I can imagine what they're going to do. They're going to throw the whole kit and caboodle at you and say, here's video number 1, here's video number 2, make sure you post this on a Wednesday,
well, do you know
post this Thursday next week.
If they don't send us videos, do you know what that means?
Or Nuttawatting get their time.
Well, it also means they don't watch it, up for discussion.
Well, they have to, because 4,177 votes will tell you otherwise. Now, the grand final, before we wrap it all up, Casey and Nuttawatting, the grand final. We're going to open Facebook for a week.
Correct.
We're going to open Twitter for a week.
Starting from this weekend.
And then in the second week of the competition, there's going to be one day where Instagram stories open and close. Only 24 hours.
24 hours only for Insta.
And the Instagram votes during that one day are going to be worth double.
Correct.
Double points. So make sure you get around it, you share with your friends and family, you make sure you have the entire association on board, because we are looking forward to Wednesday week where we will declare Casey or Nuttawatting the inaugural Big V Jersey Bracket champions. Enough said.
Enough said. 2 blue-ish jerseys, so it will be interesting to see how they both go.
It's dark blue against royal blue. We'll see you in a couple of weeks' time. Later on this week, the Big V podcast, the Big V round mixtape, and of course round 16, which is the final round for VYC men and women, including Nuttawatting, and Youth League 1 men, including Casey Cavaliers. So we'll see you next time on another Blue Hoops production.